There's a lot of worry today about not being able to feed the family and how much it costs and all this other stuff. And I thought I'd show you what my mother, who was a housewife in the late 50s and early 60s, did to be able to feed a family of four fairly well. Dad was a union millwright who made good money, but I mean, he wasn't rich. He did pay the bills, but and he demanded when he got home from work, he wanted a good meal on the table. So Mom made the best of her budget, and one of the budget friendly meals that she cooked came from this book. It's a 1950s version of the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. And the particular dish we'll be cooking today is on, I'll show you the page here in just a second. It's on Chapter N, which is the meats, fish, and poultry, there you go, section of the book. And on page 9, we have everyday meatloaf. It's a fairly simple recipe: breadcrumbs, milk, ground beef, eggs, onion, salt, pepper, and sage. That's it. And one of the real nice things about it is this pungent sauce that you put over the top. 3 teaspoons of brown sugar, ketchup, nutmeg, and a little mustard. That makes the thing, that sauce makes the thing great. Anyway, this is the basic recipe. It really doesn't need to be followed super close. And here's what I'm going to do today with it. Here are the ingredients I'm going to be using today. I got a big mixing bowl back here because I like to make more than one loaf at a time so that I can eat on it for, a week or so, half a week anyway or something. I've got 2 loaf pans. I mean, it's a casserole and a loaf, but it works. Brown sugar. Breadcrumbs in the recipe actually means croutons, the little square pieces of dry bread that you use for stuffing and everything. You can't find them anymore. So I found some of these that I'll chop up. These are actually, I think, for wine tasting or something like that. I don't know exactly what, but anyway, they work for it. And of course, we have some eggs. And this sage mix I save from when I buy a turkey, because it has, I like the taste of sage. So it has sage, you can see right there, a little thyme, and also black pepper. So that kind of takes care of a couple of the ingredients. Also got a little garlic salt here, which takes care of more of the flavor and the salt requirement. I got a few more ketchups as well. These are just a few that I found. I got more ketchup packets that I'll be using. A sweet onion, some nutmeg. The nutmeg and the ketchup are all for the sauce. And I've made this recipe with ground beef, ground turkey, actually ground pork. I mean, it really doesn't have to be beef to make it with. But I found some bison this time. It was on sale. And actually cheaper than, by the pound is cheaper than the ground beef right now. So I bought a couple of pounds of that. And will you be using that instead of the regular ground beef or whatever? Anyway, that's kind of the setup. Next thing I'll have to do is I'll have to chop up some of these, chop up some of the onion, and start getting everything sort of mixed together so I can stick it in the bowls. So that'll be my next thing. Okay, we've got all of the ingredients mixed together and stuck in the thing, and got the sauce mixed up. That's great stuff. It's too bad ketchup doesn't taste like that. Brown sugar and nutmeg. Anyway, next step will be to drizzle the topping on this. And if you look at this, this is basically a hamburger. You got meat, you got bread, got some onion. You know, if I had some lettuce in there, it'd be a hamburger, just all mashed up. So it's great stuff. Let me, like I said, put the pungent sauce on it, and then I'll show you what happens next. Okay, I got that all covered. Always try to make enough sauce to cover it thick here. I kind of shorted myself on this one a little bit, but well, not bad. I'm going to lick the bowl later. I mean, that's great stuff. Anyway, now, Mom would have taken these two and put them in a 350-degree oven for 20-30 minutes. That would be the standard way. However, I am going to use the microwave. Microwave works just as well as far as I'm concerned. About 20 minutes in the microwave here. Don't break the glass. I can put both of them in. Like so. Okay. Now they're in. And we set the timer for, and we'll go 20 minutes. T2000 to start with. Might be a little longer, but, you know. And get them started. There they go. And they'll cook. And then they'll be great. Anyway, we'll take a look at them once they get them out. But like I said, I'm going to have the rest of that sauce. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay. About 30 minutes later, here's the meatloafs. All cooked. Looking pretty good. I'm going to cut me a piece here and eat it. If you'll excuse me a second here, I'll taste it. Nice and moist. There's a piece here, so I'm going to try it. Give me a second here to switch hands. There's a nice piece. Very good. Not that much difference between the buffalo and roast and the ground beef that I can tell. But anyway, really good stuff. And like I said, those two meatloafs would feed a family of 4 for, oh, I don't know, let's see, 1, 2, maybe 3 meals. At least 2 meals, maybe 3. Whereas the ground beef, the 2 pounds of this ground beef, if you were frying them up as hamburgers, maybe 2 meals if you're lucky. Anyway, like I said, that's how you stretch your budget. Anyway, I'm going to eat the rest of my meatloaf. So, goodbye.